What is up, everybody? The Philly sports fan back here with another YouTube video, and today I'm going to be doing my fantasy football show for the 2020 season. I'm going to be breaking it all down for you, who to take in your first round, some rookies that you should be taking, sleepers, my season predictions for each NFL division, everything. Who do you take? When do you take them? I'm going to have it all for you today on my show. If you guys, this is your first year doing fantasy or your 10th year, I'm a pro, so listen to the pros and let's get started. We have not heard any news of the NFL not having a season or postponing their season. A lot of people probably thought that they would due to the pandemic. No, the NFL is not like that. They want to get the season started on time and end the season on time. Now, if a player tests positive throughout the season, I don't know what's going to happen. I assume if multiple players test positive in the same week, the season will be shut down. Or if a player tests positive on the team, he probably has to leave the facilities and go quarantine himself for 2 weeks. There already has been one player, as far as I know, that has tested positive for COVID-19 2 times. He's been on the COVID list. That is Jacksonville Jaguars running back Raquel Armstead. And not a big player, not somebody you have to worry about. Maybe a late round pick in your draft when he gets better, or a pickup in your draft. He probably will be better, but I don't see him as a main star at all. You might have never heard of the name. But you do have the option to opt out of this season if you do not feel safe playing. Some players opted out, but we're still able to do fantasy football, so we're about to break it all down. Who do I take in the first round? Depending on what pick you have, if you guys are an expert, you should know. The number 1 pick in the fantasy football draft, I'm going to have to say, is CMC, Christian McCaffrey. Like, there should be no question about it. Either him or Barkley, but I'd go Christian McCaffrey. He's the best running back in the league. Crazy numbers last year. Finished number 1, and I think he's going to finish number 1 again. And I don't know why you wouldn't take him. At number 2, I have Saquon Barkley of the New York Giants. You know, take Saquon number 2. He's the second best running back. He's ranked high on ESPN. He's ranked 10 on ESPN, but the rankings I don't think really matter. Coming in at number 3, I have Alvin Kamara. You know, a lot of people would probably take Ezekiel Elliott number 3, but I can see him going at number 4. So number 3 is Alvin Kamara. Number 4 is Ezekiel Elliott, and I believe that he's going to be a really great stud this year to have you. So if you have him available at number 4, definitely take him. He's going to be a great running back in Dallas, as he always is. Coming in at number 5, you could either, I have 2 people here. I had the number 4 pick, and I took Derrick Henry. And Dalvin Cook was on the board. So at number 5, you could either take Dalvin Cook or Derrick Henry. It really doesn't matter. Personally, I'd go Dalvin Cook. I took Derrick Henry in my league just because I don't know. I feel like I felt more confident in him. He was ranked 1 higher spot, but either one is really fine. And coming in at number 6, I'd go Michael Thomas. There you have the first wide receiver going off the board. And he's going to be the main target in New Orleans like he always is. Drew Brees is always thrown to him. So I don't know why you wouldn't choose him. Number 7, you have a few options. I'd go a running back. You could take Nick Chubb, Josh Jacobs, Austin Eckler. For me personally, I had the 7th overall pick. I feel like I would take Nick Chubb. Even though Cleveland is not a great team, he's a great player and he can get you a lot of yards. And he's a great running back in the AFC North. Coming in at number 8, I would probably go Josh Jacobs. You know, I had him last year, and he's ranked high this year, but he definitely is a first-round pick. And, you know, playing in a new city in Las Vegas, I feel like Derek Carr is going to be giving him the ball a lot. He's going to be getting a lot of yards and a lot of TDs this year. So don't count Josh Jacobs out. Coming in at number 9, I'd go Miles Sanders or Joe Mixon at number 9. I have confidence in both of them this year. They're going to have breakout years, I think. Also, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Okay, so I'm going to be doing some fantasy football rookie talk. If this is your first year and you drafted a team that have a lot of the same numbers next to them, what I mean by that is if you're drafting, it tells you what team your player is on, and then there's a little number next to it. Those numbers go up from 5 to 13. And the buys, they're called bye weeks. As you know, every team has a bye week, and those players are off that week. Here's the schedule of the teams on bye. Week 5, we have the Packers and the Lions. Week 6, Raiders, Patriots, Saints, and Seahawks. Week 7, Colts, Jaguars, Vikings, and Titans. Week 8, the Cardinals, Ravens, Broncos, Texans, Steelers, and Washington. Week 9, Bengals, Browns, Rams, and Eagles. Week 10, Falcons, Cowboys, Chiefs, and Chargers. Week 11, Bills, Bears, Dolphins, Giants, Jets, and 49ers. And Week 13, the Panthers and the Buccaneers. So you don't want to have all Patriots players and have Week 6 be like, I have nobody to start. Draft players on different teams, obviously, you know, you want to try to get your hometown hero, maybe Wentz or Brady or whoever you like, what team you like. Try to get their quarterback, I guess, if you want, or running back. I have Alshon Jeffrey and Jake Elliott in my one league. I have Jalen Reagor, Carson Wentz, and some. I don't have Zach. I might have Zach Ertz in one. But I'm going to show you my fantasy teams at the end of this video. I'm going to show you 2 teams that I currently have drafted. Okay, so we're going to be talking about quarterbacks. Who is the number 1 quarterback in fantasy football? It's debatable. It is a debate between number 15 on the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, and number 8 on the Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson. Personally, I'd have to go Lamar Jackson. If I was to choose between the two, I would probably have to take Lamar. But they're very close. They are I feel like they're almost tied at 1. And then also, you know, if you can't get Lamar or Mahomes, which you most likely won't, some of the top quarterbacks include Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Josh Allen, Big Ben, I guess, if you're risking to take him coming back. Phillip Rivers, I wouldn't count him out, even though he's on a new team. Maybe take Joe Burrow as your starter. Roll the dice on that. Drew Lock is also a sleeper quarterback that you could draft and maybe start for a week and see how he does. Some running backs that you might want to try to get include Seattle Seahawks Chris Carson, Denver Broncos Melvin Gordon, Cam Akers. Oh, I'm sorry, I have to look at my list. Kareem Hunt, James Conner. So those are all running backs that might be there in the second, third round so you can grab. Try to take the most running backs and wide receivers is my best advice. Wide receivers include Keenan Allen, Marquise Brown, Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, Will Fuller, DeAndre Hopkins, Michael Thomas, but he'll probably be gone in the first round. They're all really great wide receivers that you should try to pick up if you can or try to draft if you can. None of them will be available in the free agency. I doubt it. Tight ends, we have Travis Kelce, Zach Ertz, George Kittle, Tyler Higbee, Darren Waller, Mark Andrews, Blake Jarwin. They're all good tight ends that you could have as your starter. And then you will need a flex, which in my league, a flex, and my league and most leagues, a flex is a running back, wide receiver, or tight end. Defenses, some of the top defenses in the league this year include the Patriots, Chiefs, Bills, Steelers, 49ers, Ravens. Any of them would work. For the kickers, a few kickers this year include Justin Tucker, Will Lutz, Zane Gonzalez, Matt Prater, Jake Elliott, Greg Zuerlein. Any of them will be great kickers for you fans. And then you have 5 bench spots, which you might want to fill with like 2 running backs, 2 receivers, a tight end, and another backup quarterback. And in some leagues, people take 2 kickers and 2 defenses. I guess if you're seeing people do that in your league and you want to go ahead and do it, you can. I don't do it in my leagues personally, but yeah, that is an option. Sleepers at each position. I'm going to be giving you a sleeper for each position: quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and tight end. And coming in at my quarterback, I have Drew Lock of the Denver Broncos. I feel like his second year, or his third year, I believe, he's not going to be a bust this year. He is going to be a sleeper, and he can give you good fantasy value. So if he is there and you want to take a backup quarterback, I don't recommend taking him as a starter, but Drew Lock is my sleeper quarterback as a backup QB. Coming in for my running back sleeper, he is a rookie for Buffalo. Running back Zach Moss. He plays for the Bills, like I said. He is the backup to Devin Singletary. I think they're going to split the snaps. And don't count out Zach Moss of the Buffalo Bills. If he is there, take him. Late rounds, though, probably. For my wide receiver sleeper, this might be a guy that you've never heard of. He is on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers wide receiver, Scotty Miller. Now, I know what you're thinking. I never heard of that guy, or I've heard of that guy, and I don't like him. Tom Brady has 2 main wide receivers, Godwin and Evans, as we know. But Scotty Miller is also an option. He is probably going to come in if one of them go down, and he's probably going to be like the slot receiver or the third receiver in the lineup. So don't count out Scotty Miller. For my tight end, I have Dallas Cowboys tight end Blake Jarwin. He is a great sleeper probably for your tight ends, and maybe a second round or a second option tight end. Not a starter, I don't think, but you probably could use him as a starter. I wouldn't. I recommend him as a good backup tight end. We have pretty much covered everything, but before I show you guys my fantasy team, here are my season predictions. Winning the NFC East, I'm not being biased, I think we have a great shot. I have the Philadelphia Eagles. Winning the NFC North, I have the Green Bay Packers. Winning the NFC South, I have the New Orleans Saints. Winning the NFC West, I have the Seattle Seahawks. Winning the AFC East, I have the Baltimore Ravens. Winning the AFC North, I have the Buffalo Bills. Winning the AFC South, I have the Tennessee Titans. Winning the AFC West, I have the Kansas City Chiefs. Now you guys will be able to see my fantasy football team for 2 of my leagues. One more thing, guys, before I show you my teams. I do want to apologize for how late this video is going up. I do realize that tomorrow is the start of the season. You guys have probably already drafted your teams. But I still really wanted to get a fantasy football video up on my channel because I did one for baseball and I know more about fantasy football. So, obviously I know you've all had your drafts, but if you don't have those players that I talked about and they're available, pick them up. And good luck this season. Other than that, I don't have anything else to say. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you guys are new. Turn on post notifications so you never miss a new video. Good luck in all your fantasy leagues. Comment your fantasy football team down below. And Eagles season hype day will be out this Sunday for the start of the season. I'm hyped. Not only for fantasy, not only for the Eagles, but the whole NFL season. Fly Eagles, fly. Peace.